Hi guys, and welcome to this week's episode. Today we're going to talk to you about how we're able to work in an unrestricted environment with the processes we've got in play. Keeping in mind that we might be going to a restricted period. We can see what's going on in Melbourne with COVID and people being forced to stay at home. And who knows, that might happen here in South Australia. But we want to talk to you about how we can stay in contact with our clients to provide good outcomes. So I'm going to have a chat to Eamonn Brennan, who's our most experienced broker here. He's been in the industry for 10 to 15 years. So Eamonn, thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks Tom.
So Eamonn, just talk us through the last COVID period where the restrictions were in play in SA earlier in the year, where you worked from and the reasons why.
Yeah, so when the restrictions first hit, I worked from home. And it was a decision that was made, I guess, between funding options and myself for the reason that Cash and my partner, who actually works in the intensive care in the Royal Adelaide Hospital, so we weren't sure how aggressive this thing was going to be. So just to make sure that we're keeping the staff safe and also clients coming in safe, we just decided to work remotely from home.
And how long was that period for? Again, was it
about 6 weeks.
6 weeks,
Six weeks and all.
So talk through everyone. So client rings you at home, obviously for the reasons you just mentioned, client rings you, needs some help. What's the first bit that you help them with? Yeah,
so it was roughly about 12 months ago when we developed that application form. So basically what we could do is we can just send an email out with a link. The clients literally take 5 to 10 minutes to complete it. Then from there, that application form gets sent to me. I'm able to work out a borrowing capacity and send out a proposal really quickly.
And that first bit is obviously digitally based. There's no printout required by the client.
No, that's right. No, everything's just completely electronic.
And so at that point, you get there, they've completed the form, you've got all the information you need, go through bank policy, get the pricing, whatever. How did you then present that to the client? What tools did you use? How did you get over the ID bit? Because quite often we used to have to see a client face to face, which obviously couldn't do, and the privacy forms, etc.
Yeah, it was really good actually, because the banks really got to work really quickly in making sure that they can start changing policies in regards to identification and things like that. So we're able to do interviews over Zoom, which is one of my favourite apps throughout the whole period. And as far as ID, there was an app that you could actually log onto your phone, the client will actually upload their ID, and then we do a over the phone, we're doing like a face-to-face meeting, and we're able to get over the identification process there.
Yeah, and then also, something you recommended for our business to do in terms of bank statement, clients have to give us all their bank statements. Talk us through what we use there.
Yeah, so we're starting to use a fully secured website where basically you send through a link, the client then logs into their required bank, and then that scrapes all the data, and then it just basically sends us a full snapshot of their bank statements and transaction listings.
So effectively, clients will be able to provide a good solution start to finish without being face to face, pretty much paperless the whole way through, and get it done efficiently with the banks as well.
Yeah, definitely, and it just worked so seamlessly, purely because there was so much fear at that point in time. The clients weren't sure whether or not they wanted to come and see me or what have you, so it actually worked really well.
Thanks for your insights, Eamonn, that's great. Yeah. So, for those of you that are watching this video, I hope you get some help and I guess some insight into the process about how we're able to help clients during that period with all the restrictions in place. So we're here to help, whether it's resi, commercial, equipment finance, the whole thing applies to, what Eamonn explained applies to all those different elements of funding. So next week we'll look forward to sharing the discussion today, but from the client's perspective, how they felt it went and the efficiency it gave them as well.